Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. I'm thrilled to have you here as we kick off today's conversation with some exciting news about Dak Prescott. We all know he's been working hard to recover from that hamstring injury he suffered in Week 9, a setback that could have derailed his entire season. But here's the uplifting update you've all been waiting for. Dak is officially off crutches and making significant strides in his recovery. During a recent Sunday Night Football telecast, Melissa Stark caught up with Dak and shared some inspiring insights. After undergoing surgery on November 13th, Dak has successfully ditched the crutches just a few days ago. That's a major milestone, signifying he's putting the worst of his injury behind him. However, it's crucial to remember that his journey isn't quite over yet. Dak mentioned he's still about a month away from being able to run, indicating he's fully engaged in his rehabilitation process. Right now, Dak is concentrating on building his core strength and upper body power, key elements for a successful recovery. His aim: to be fully ready for off-season workouts beginning in April. How are you feeling about Dak's recovery at this point? Do you think he'll be back to 100% by the time those off-season activities roll around? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I've got a quick question for you. Do you believe Dak can return stronger than ever, or do you think his mobility might be an issue next season? Hit that poll at the top and let's see where fans stand on this. Before we dive deeper, I want to hear what you're expecting from Dak in 2024. The path to recovery may be challenging, but we all know how determined this guy is. Now, let's address some buzz surrounding Dak's mobility and whether those speculations are realistic or just wishful thinking. Now that we've heard those positive updates, let's discuss a hot topic: Dak's mobility. Some fans are speculating that he might return as a more dynamic quarterback after this injury, even suggesting that rehab could enhance his agility. However, let's be real, that's a bit of a stretch. At 31 years old, we've already seen how tough it was for him to regain his mobility following the ankle injury in 2020. So, expecting him to bounce back as a speedster isn't quite realistic. Sure, he will improve, but let's face it, the days of incredible scrambles and breaking away from defenders may be behind him. However, even if Dak isn't the mobile quarterback he once was, he can still be incredibly effective. He's always been a smart player with great vision. So, while his mobility may diminish, it will be his decision-making and leadership that truly drive the Cowboys forward in 2024. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. Do you think Dak can remain effective without heavily relying on his mobility, or does the team need a more agile quarterback to stay competitive? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to cast your vote in the poll at the top. Should the Cowboys adjust their offense to suit Dak's strengths or seek a more mobile option? Next, let's dive into Dak's plans for the offseason. Recovery is about more than just healing. Dak wants to make a strong comeback with zero restrictions when off-season workouts kick off in April. He's determined to hit the ground running and lead the Cowboys forward. According to Dak, this injury and surgery have turned into a blessing in disguise. He sees this recovery period as a chance to strengthen other areas of his game. Currently, Dak is focusing on his core and upper body strength, which are vital for maintaining stability and power on the field. While we know Dak's leadership and intelligence are significant assets, he also understands that being physically prepared is essential for performing at his best. But here's the twist: while it's great that Dak is aiming for a fresh start come April, the road to recovery is long, and there's still plenty of work ahead of him. But Dak has a proven mentality of overcoming challenges. He's focused not only on physical recovery but also on becoming the best version of himself both mentally and emotionally. What do you think? Do you believe Dak can come back fully prepared and elevate this team's performance, or do you have concerns about the long-term effects of his injury? I'm eager to hear your thoughts, so drop your comments below. Even while sidelined, Dak's leadership hasn't faltered. Let's take a moment to explore how he continues to guide the Cowboys during this challenging stretch. It's easy to overlook a quarterback's impact off the field, but Dak has consistently proven that his leadership extends well beyond just game day. Despite being out, Dak has remained a visible presence on the sidelines, supporting his teammates and staying engaged with team activities. His encouragement and ability to motivate those around him are incredibly valuable, especially in uncertain times. So, let's pose this question. How important do you think Dak's leadership is right now? Do you believe his presence, even from the sidelines, is sufficient to keep the team motivated, or do the Cowboys need more firepower on the field to stay competitive? Share your thoughts below. I genuinely want to hear your take. Now let's look ahead to what 2024 might hold for Dak and the Cowboys. Will Dak's recovery and leadership be enough to turn things around, or is there more to consider? Let's discuss what our expectations should be for the upcoming year. While Dak is working hard to be ready for the offseason, we need to acknowledge a few factors. Sure, he's aiming for a full recovery, but at 31 and having faced multiple injuries, it may be unrealistic to expect him to return as the dynamic, mobile quarterback he once was. What we should focus on is consistency. If Dak can step back into the role of the smart, reliable leader we know, that's a win for the Cowboys. It's less about those 50-yard scrambles and more about making the right calls, staying calm under pressure, and leading this offense with precision and vision. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about Dak's future with the Cowboys? Do you think his best years are still ahead of him, or is it more about adjusting to a new style of play? I can't wait to see your opinions in the comments. With everything we've covered, let's keep the bigger picture in mind. If Dak can stay healthy and perform at a top level, what does that mean for the Cowboys' Super Bowl chances next season? Let's take a closer look at what needs to happen for Dallas to be competitive in 2024. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel,